Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I have been working at DDH since last June, so a year now. I kept saying August in previous videos, and that's not accurate, so just want to clarify that. This is Birdie. We don't know exactly how old she is. She is one of the horses that we got from auction, and we're working on training her. And in order to know exactly how old she is, we'll have to look at her teeth, and she's not yet letting us get close enough in order to do that. So today we're going to work on the round pinning exercise with her and see if we can get her used to coming into us more. So this is an exercise we've worked on a fair amount, but she's never let us touch her with a stick and string. Well, I think one time. So we're going to try to see if we can get her more comfortable being in our space, well, being in my space. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So since she's already facing me, I'm going to go to the left so that she doesn't turn into the fence. So I'm going to point, I'm going to cluck, and then I'm going to follow through with the stick and string. Now right now she's at a trot, but she cut off that whole side of the round pin, and I want her to pick up her speed. So I'm going to cluck again. And if she turns into the fence, I'm always going to cut her off. So anytime she goes back down to a trot, I'm going to ask her to go again. And then to change directions, I'm going to step back in front of her drive line, get her to face me. And the fact that she's coming into me is fantastic. So I'm going to let her just keep coming. Then I'm going to try to yield her hindquarters a little bit and see if she'll move off of that. And as long as she's following me, I'm just going to keep moving her around, and I'm not going to drive her off. But the moment that she stops following me or paying attention to me, I'll just drive her off again. Good girl. So now I'm going to see if she'll let me touch her with the stick and string. One thing I did is I came right towards her eyes, and we want to try to avoid looking at them directly in the eyes, just because it's really threatening, because they are prey animals. It's very easy for them to feel scared of us when we just stare them right in the eye, because that is what a predator would do before they attack, is look at them. And so it takes a little while with horses to build that trust, and some horses will take longer than others. Again, I'm going to step in front of her drive line. I'm walking towards her, and then I'm going to spiral out a little bit. Now where she's turning and facing me, I've actually been working on her doing that. We love that, because if we can move their hindquarters more, we're going to gain more control of the horse. And then I'm just going to go right here and see if I'm going to pretend to rub the air. If she goes off, I'll ask her to move again. Now it is more exhausting for horses to do more changes of direction. So she's doing pretty good at coming into me, but I really want her to come the rest of the way and be more comfortable. In order to do that, we just need to get her feet moving a little bit more. So like right there, she had looked at me, which is great. It means she's wanting to join up, and I love that. So right there, she turned into the fence, so I'm gonna cut her off. And then I'm gonna step in front of the drive line again. Good. And then I'm just turning my back to give her release. So when she does the right thing and she's coming into me, I want to reward that. So right now I'm trying to find a happy medium between figuring out what she'll tolerate that's a little bit uncomfortable, but not enough that she's going to run away. So right there, she feels a little uncomfortable. She took a step back. So I'm just going to wait for a second, see if I can get her to move her hindquarters. Good girl. So I'm going to give her a little break and go a little closer. Since she's backing up, I'm going to drive her off again. Sorry, Holly. I did not mean. So right now, the more I yield her hindquarters, the closer she's getting to me. Now the thing I have to be really careful with working with her is her body is so short that it's really easy for me to accidentally step in front of the drive line. So the drive line is right where her cinch would be, behind her front legs. And you always want to stay behind that. There's not a huge distance between the two. So if I ever cut her off on accident, like this time it was intentional, but if I were to ever do that, if she's coming into me, I'm gonna let her have it, or I'm gonna change her directions. I'm not gonna reprimand her for my mistake.